Do you know the real story behind the 2022 World Cup in Qatar? The world watched, captivated by stunning stadiums and thrilling matches. But beneath the surface, a darker narrative unfolded. A story of alleged corruption, human suffering, and questionable choices. Qatar, a tiny nation in the Arabian desert, shocked many by winning the bid. How did they secure this coveted event? Whispers of backroom deals and FIFA corruption swirled. These allegations cast a long shadow over the tournament, leaving a sense of unease. Was this a genuine attempt to bring the beautiful game to a new audience? Or was it a calculated move for sports washing, an attempt to improve Qatar's global image? The lines blurred, leaving more questions than answers. The 2010 FIFA vote, shrouded in secrecy, awarded Qatar the World Cup. This decision immediately sparked controversy. Critics pointed to Qatar's lack of footballing history and the intense summer heat. Accusations of bribery and vote rigging flew. Investigative journalists uncovered suspicious financial transactions. Several high-ranking FIFA officials faced corruption charges. The stench of corruption lingered. It tainted the image of the World Cup. Fans questioned the legitimacy of the tournament. The beautiful game seemed tarnished by greed and deceit. Qatar's human rights record came under intense scrutiny. The country's treatment of migrant workers sparked international outrage. These workers, largely from South Asia, faced appalling conditions. Reports emerged of inhumane living conditions. Workers endured cramped and unsanitary housing. They toiled under the scorching desert sun with little protection. Wages were often withheld and passports confiscated. These weren't isolated incidents. Human rights organizations documented systematic exploitation. Amnesty International called it modern-day slavery. The world watched in horror, the joy of the World Cup overshadowed by human suffering. Section 4. The human cost of glory. The construction boom leading up to the World Cup demanded a massive workforce. Millions of migrant workers flocked to Qatar, lured by the promise of a better life. Instead, they encountered a system that treated them as disposable commodities. The kafala system, in place in Qatar, gave employers immense control over workers. Workers needed their employer's permission to change jobs or leave the country. This system trapped many in exploitative situations. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of workers died in Qatar in the years leading up to the World Cup. The Qatari government disputed these numbers, but the lack of transparency fueled suspicions. The true human cost of the tournament remained a closely guarded secret. Section 5. Under a scorching sun. Qatar's scorching summer heat posed another logistical nightmare. Temperatures regularly soar above 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius in June and July, the traditional months for the World Cup. Playing football in such extreme heat was dangerous. It posed serious health risks to both players and fans. FIFA acknowledged the problem and made the unprecedented decision to move the tournament to November and December. This decision, while necessary, created further complications. It disrupted domestic football leagues around the world. It forced players and clubs to adjust their schedules. The heat served as a constant reminder of the questionable decision to award the World Cup to Qatar. Section 6. Unanswered questions linger. As the final whistle blew on the 2022 World Cup, a sense of unease lingered. The controversies surrounding the tournament refused to fade. The allegations of corruption, the exploitation of workers, the logistical challenges, all left a stain on the event. Qatar claimed the World Cup was a success. They pointed to the stunning stadiums and the exciting matches. But for many, the dark secrets overshadowed the spectacle. The tournament became a case study in the ethical dilemmas facing the world of sports. The 2022 World Cup forced us to confront uncomfortable truths. It highlighted the human cost of our globalized world. It exposed the dark underbelly of the beautiful game, and it left us wondering, at what cost? Victory. Uncover the truth with Sports Savvy. The 2022 Qatar World Cup. A spectacle marred by controversy. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Want to delve deeper into the dark underbelly of the beautiful game? Subscribe to Sports Savvy and join us as we expose the truth behind the headlines. We've got exclusive interviews, in-depth investigations, and hard-hitting analysis. Don't be fooled by the polished facade of international sports. Let Sports Savvy be your guide to the real story. Subscribe now and uncover the truth. Subscribe.